Recording. What do I want to play? We'll do this one. Oh no, my new song. This is my new song. That's great.
Put the devil to cross the line. It's just how I want it. Facing the causes of fear. Don't a little about the fuse. I'm about to light. It's just how I want it. Standing right in my view. I better bring up the guns. I better bring up the thunder. Stop firing.
Oh, hi there. Happy Friday. It's it's Friday, February 22nd, 2019. I'm Eric. Talking at you as always from beautiful downtown Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada, where I have a message for every single person on the planet. Nobody gives a shit about your drone.
That's it?
That's it.
I was expecting a little bit more than that.
No. That's all you're getting. Guys with drones, you gotta let it go. Nobody cares, and explaining how Amazon uses them to deliver packages doesn't make them cooler.
And all you're doing is just disrupting everybody's life, and you're an asshole.
Exactly. We got a little bit of feedback here. Other than that, everything seems to be going really well. For those of you who don't know, I'm trying out a new thing here, so bear with me.
My name is Jeff.
It will get better.
Yeah, it definitely sounds a little echoey, but that's okay.
Yeah, I don't. The recordings don't sound that bad, but for now, we're just gonna deal with it until I can get a better microphone system for you and I. But for the time being, this works. So welcome, Gord. How is lovely Milton, Ontario this evening?
Oh, it's been kind of warm today, sunny and warm. It's been nice. It's clear skies, sitting at -1 right now.
That's not too
And,
bad.
yeah, it's not too shabby. We got snow coming apparently on Wednesday, but other than that, I got no fucking complaints with the weather.
That's awesome. Yeah, we can't either. We had winter for about 2 hours and then it went away.
The winter of BC. It's a terrible thing to deal with.
Before I talk about winter, I got to take just 10 seconds to say that the first half of the show here is brought to you by Anchor.fm. And you think you can do what Gord and I do every night? I want to hear you try. Go to Anchor.fm, the easiest way to make your podcast ever. You can host and create unlimited episodes, bring up to 10 friends into the conversation. You can monetize your podcast, and you can do it all from one place for free. So go to the App Store, get started today. Anchor.fm, the easiest way to make your podcast ever. There's cha-ching for me. That's it. Okay, I didn't have a lot of time to prepare anything because my mind got blown first thing this morning. Because we're once again talking about the goddamn pipeline and it being approved.
My name is Jeff.
That is all over the news right now.
The National Energy Board coming out in favor of continuing the Trans Mountain Pipeline. Now, the news that I didn't know, and you guys know I've been ranting about this shit since the very first episode of this show, and I didn't know that whole time. I just learned today, National Energy Board approval is non-binding. It's not legally binding in any way. We could have just approved the goddamn thing last year.
That's so fucking stupid.
Why did we buy this thing for $4 billion from Kinder Morgan?
Because Trudeau is a fucking twat.
This whole year has just been fucking smoke and mirrors. It's ridiculous. It's a complete waste of time and energy, and we didn't have to do it anyway. For them to come around and say that they approved it, oh, Jesus Christ. This is our government at work. That's
I wonder why things can't get fucking done. This is why.
It just baffles me. And now, of course, once again, all the First Nations in the area are all up in arms about how it's going to affect the marine life. And yet, they don't seem to give one flying fuck about the marine life under Lions Gate Bridge. They just allowed the Aquilinians to start developing. So, I'm starting to question their commitment to the marine life when they're destroying the water under Lions Gate, but way over there by Second Narrows has to be protected.
Well, yeah, that's because, fuck people. That's why.
Yeah, well, no, they're waiting until the check's big enough. That's all they want is a blank check, and they'll approve just about anything.
Yeah, pretty much.
And, everyone's making an issue about all this increased tanker traffic. It's 4 goddamn ships a day. It's 4 more. How much is that going to do?
Nothing.
Now, if we
Not
had...
gonna make a lick of fucking difference at all.
I can't say it enough, people. You can stop this pipeline. You are not going to stop oil. Oil is coming one way or another. John Horgan will throw it in buckets on a rickshaw and ride it over here if he has to. We are getting Alberta oil to Asian markets, whether you like it or not. You might stop this pipeline, but the alternative is trains. And how many trains have crashed in the last month? We just had another one full of oil crash. So you're choosing, basically, a pipeline that's never had a problem. It's been in existence for 50 years, problem-free, or trains.
Well, hang on. You can't say problem-free. Because there have been, 3 separate spills on Canada alone, let alone the, dozen spills that have happened in the U.S. for pipelines.
I'm not saying pipelines in general. I'm saying this particular pipeline, which people fail to mention, is already in existence. It's been there for 50 years. It needs desperately to be replaced or it's going to start leaking. But we're not inventing a pipeline here. We're just twinning it. We're putting a little buddy right next to it. No, pipelines in general, yeah, they've had issues. But this particular one hasn't.
My favorite thing, and this is something that's been going on for quite a while, and there's a guy who has become quite popular because of this, where he actually stood up at one of the major summits that they did. He had, 1,500 fucking leaders from all over the world that were there. And this guy, and they're all supposed to be there to talk about the environment. The guy's like, you assholes show up here in 1,500 individual private jets.
Don't you love that?
And you're bitching about the environment.
That is
Go fuck
just...
yourself.
Yeah.
So he calls them out directly, which is awesome. And then that same guy went on to Fox News to talk to Tucker Carlson. And Fox News ended up not playing the interview simply because the guy ended up calling out Tucker to say that he's part of the problem because he works for, he goes, you're making millions of dollars from these billionaires that tell you what to talk about.
Yeah.
They tell you what you can and cannot say. It's a direct thing. This isn't a free media. You do not work for a free media source. You are told what to talk about.
Exactly.
You're given a bit of leeway, but not a lot. There's a reason why you don't cover certain things. There's a reason why Fox never said Obama did good with this and did good with this. There's a reason why you're not going to say Trump did bad with this and Trump did bad with this. There's a reason for that. Your bosses don't want you to talk about that. And Tucker Carlson snapped and called him a fucking moron. Literally swore at him. You're a fucking idiot. You're a moron. You don't know anything. You're a fucking moron. He just went off. It was awesome. So the guy personally recorded the entire interview and then fucking played it.
Oh, that's cool.
Refused to play it, so it's awesome.
I didn't hear that. The one they all are a little, even David Suzuki, they measured his carbon footprint, and it's ridiculous with the entourage he travels with. His carbon footprint is shameful. and he travels more than just about anybody in the country. So he's doing it. He's trying to pretend he's not. He's telling us he's not, but he is.
Yeah, no, it's stupid because every one of these people, like, am I against pipelines? No. Am I against oil consumption being used? To an extent. But here's the thing. We are in no position right now, as of yet, to change how our houses work.
No, exactly.
So therefore, any person who is openly bitching about the pipelines, who is openly bitching about all this, plain and simple, turn off your gas.
Yeah.
Turn off your hydro, and do not drive any form of car. Do not take a bus. Do not take a plane. Do not take a train. You take nothing that runs on any form of coal.
And that includes don't eat food or wear clothing or use cell phones or computers.
That also means that even if you're driving your fucking 100% all electric vehicle, you have to understand that inside your car, there are parts in there that are made from petroleum. No rubber, no fucking sealant, no fucking oil, no gaskets. All that shit is made by petroleum. So every one of you, shut the fuck up. This stuff does need to be dealt with. It needs to be handled absolutely yada yada fucking yada. But all that being said, really,
My name is Jeff.
nothing's changing.
That's the point I've been saying for the last year. If you wear clothes, if you eat food, if you use a phone,
Whatever
if you
you're
ride a
talking
bus,
about, I don't care.
You're using oil in one way or another. Everything we do relies on it, and I don't see why you would want to stop that. And a giant part of our economy relies on it.
See, that part of it's a bullshit argument because all of it can be changed over to an alternative source, and you have all types of new jobs right then and there.
Indeed.
So, the job loss wouldn't make a difference because, yes, if you close down, say you close down 100,000 jobs that are petroleum-based, but then you open up an alternative which can create 500,000 jobs, where's the loss?
Well, exactly. But people don't want to look at it that way.
Well, no,
But
they should.
You got to remember, we're on the, when the Ford Model T came out, I'm sure there was a bunch of horseshoe makers who lost their fucking minds and said, no, we can't have these, this is terrible. People don't like, when you're on a precipice of a major change, there's always going to be resistance like this.
That's very true.
It's unfortunate. There will be people who get affected. When we bring in Uber, there's some cab drivers who are going to get affected. It sucks for a small group of people, and for the greater good, unfortunately, it's progress, and that's what we need right now.
Yeah. So basically, kids, what we're telling you is when it comes to your future jobs, choose wisely.
Or eat Soylent Green.
Or become a hippie.
Don't do that. Don't become a hippie or a flat earther. Oh my God. Yeah.
I would love to live off the grid. I would love that.
I think everybody
No more
would.
computers, no hydro, just fuck it. I'll wash my clothes in a fucking basin. I'll fucking cook over an open fucking fire. I'll grow my fucking food. It would be so peaceful. You wouldn't have time to complain because you're too fucking busy dealing with dumb shit.
Well, that's right. That's why you never hear farmers bitch about anything. It's because they're working from 5 a.m. till 3 a.m.
That's right. And these fucking kids nowadays will never understand that type of fucking work ethic.
No, it'll never happen. They really are. They're going the Wally way that we've always joked about since you joined the show. It's getting really embarrassing. Now they're talking about not even teaching reading and writing anymore. Because they don't have to. It's obsolete now. I don't know. The education system, the way it's headed, I'm scared for these kids. And like I've said a million times, these are the ones that show up and shoot up their school because they're just out of place in the world.
Yeah, they can't handle anything.
Just basic decision making is lost on them, and
when your whole life is revolved around computers that makes your decisions for you, and you listen to conglomerates that tell you what to do, what do you expect? And you have parents that don't raise their kids. You have parents who want to be their kids' fucking friends.
Well, yeah, exactly. Well, that's it. That's it. Everyone wants to be their kid's best buddy, and they can't say no. And these kids nowadays, I know I've harped on it a few times, but you don't keep score in hockey. You're not allowed to play dodgeball. Nobody ever says no to you your whole life. And you get out of school, and no one's ever said no to you. So you go to apply for a job, and you get turned down, and your mind explodes because you don't know what no is. These are the guys that show up with a shotgun and a mood ring and ruin everybody's life.
Yeah.
They don't know how to handle a little discipline and a little rejection.
Yeah,
So
tell somebody that what they did was wrong. Watch them fucking melt.
Yeah, they haven't heard it yet. And these are grown men. I'm not talking about little kids here. These are the guys, Google people.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I don't know where to go with this.
Please let the next major disease come and take out a third of the fucking planet. Please.
I've said it.
We need a flag. We need a black flag.
Run! Fucking
You're
run!
contributing to that.
Who's contributing, sorry?
I said, and all those anti-vaxxers, they're actually contributing to that.
Oh my God, the measles have spread all through Vancouver now. They're in Richmond. All the municipalities have traces of measles now.
Game over.
It is absolutely absurd. This is something I never worried about in my lifetime ever, because I got vaccinated when I was a kid. These
But
people.
aren't you riddled with autism and cancer?
Okay, well, first of all, no. And I don't care what else is in the vaccine. It's no worse. We said it the other night. There's more mercury in the water I drink. If I got some freaky monkey DNA in me that they put in there to test, I don't care because I don't have fucking polio.
Right?
What is wrong with you? These diseases that have been eradicated for 50 years are coming back. How is this not evidence enough that you're wrong? I don't, and it's scared. Like, I've got an aunt, she's 74 years old, she's scared shitless because she had whooping cough when she was a kid and it almost killed her, and she's scared that's coming back now.
Yeah, well, I grew up with croup and whooping cough. I had that shit. I was in a fucking hospital for 2 weeks.
Right? And they're actively contributing to this, and somehow I'm wrong. And I've been chastised for, I can't believe you vaccinated your daughter. Yeah, well, my daughter's going to walk normal and be pretty when she's old, and yours is going to be immune.
Your daughter's going to live past the age of 13.
Yeah, vaccines cause adults. Yeah, it's going to take a massive endemic here. There's no good that can come from this. Someone's going to die. People are dying out of this, and I think criminal charges is the only way to go. I think we have to. They're trying it in Washington State. They're going to legislate because the measles is out of hand down there. I don't know if we can legislate vaccines, but we have to charge parents with like neglect or what do they call it?
Neglect. That's exactly what it is. You're not maintaining the standards of life.
Exactly. Failure to. I forget what the term I'm trying to think of here.
Yeah, I can't think of it myself, but it's something to do with the necessities of life.
Yeah, exactly. But there's got to be some sort of a charge for this, because a child they're not allowed to say whether they want to live or not, so their parents are choosing for them to die. It's not fair. And it should be criminal. And the fact that their kids are going to school with mine now, that should be criminal. That should be like attempted murder or something.
Absolutely, it should.
I don't want to get to this weird Orwellian future where we have to do shit like this, but we're just going to have to vaccinate people forcibly.
Yep.
Because I don't want polio. It looks bad. And my aunt's been posting pictures of iron lungs on Facebook, and they don't look fun.
No, fuck no, they're terrible. I mean, it's bad enough that we got to deal with about the cancer treatments that we're dealing with. We really want to deal with fucking iron lungs again? I don't.
Is it? Could it be that that's kind of part of the conspiracy? Is because they're going to have to admit they could cure cancer sooner or later. Now, obviously, they're not because a massive amount of people are out of a job the day they cure cancer, and the pharmaceutical industry will plummet when they don't need chemotherapy anymore. So, but they're going to have to give some leeway there. Do you think there's some sort of conspiracy behind here to keep illness, to just create illness, to keep?
Oh, absolutely. There's no other possible explanation. There's no reason why you would put people through cancer treatment when 75 fucking years ago there was a cure for cancer.
Well, exactly. Now the cancer argument, like, I was lucky I had an oncologist who was fully on board with he was very anti-chemotherapy. But they're going to have to admit it sooner or later. Too many people know that they're closer than they're letting on. So is that their thing? They're going to admit they cured cancer, but they have to come up with another illness to keep that cash flow.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. But again,
that never crossed my mind before.
Just because one door closes does not mean a dozen more aren't going to open.
Well, exactly. But
I mean, just because you cured cancer, there's still how many other diseases out there that need to be cured? Focus your energy on that.
Well, yeah, I mean, but certain people don't see it that way. It's the same. If you solve crime tomorrow, cops are out of a job. They don't want to stop crime. It's bad for business. And there's, these people are embedded so deeply in what they're doing. They don't want to change. It's easy, and it's easy money. And the thought of nowadays, the thought of the greater good doesn't cross people's minds anymore. Everyone's in survival mode, and it's very self-serving and frightening that we don't care to take care of each other anymore. It's most people wouldn't piss on your head if your hair was on fire these days.
This is why that old statement that's been gone around for a fucking long time, money is the root of all evil, it is true.
Oh, absolutely. Like you said, you wanted to go back to an easier time. I think a barter system would be brilliant.
Barter system's the only way to do it because that weeds out the wheat.
Exactly.
Without the wheat, you've eliminated the wheat. Well, look at any of the animal kingdom.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I'm a big fan of evolution, and I'm a big fan of the way animals do things, and I'm sorry, we're the only species on the planet that carries the weak. It's a sad, it's a horrible outlook, but it's true. We're the only ones that let them drag us down. The rest of them put them on the outside of the pack and let them get picked off so they can be healthy.
It's exactly, only the strong survive.
It's sad, but true. And we're not that far from the animals to begin with. The only unfortunate part with that is we're a pretty poorly designed animal. We wouldn't last very long in the animal kingdom. We have no fur, we have no claws, and we can't eat raw meat.
Yeah, that is a bit of a problem.
Yeah, we figure out a way. The Chinese will figure out a way for us.
We can eat raw meat. The only problem is that all the meat comes from a bad processed place, a place that's making billions of dollars that doesn't care about safety.
Well, of course.
So, again, you give us fucking safe, clean meat to eat, you can eat it raw. You can take a fucking chunk of meat, you can cut it open, and you can eat it raw. If it is clean, if it is pesticide, if it is disease-free, you can eat it raw and your body will be fine. My steak is calling me.
Is it? Hey, speaking of steak, what if some of our listeners wanted to have steak on May Long weekend? What would they want to have it with?
Well, that's when you ask the vegetarian.
This would be your barbecue set, Gord. Let's plug your barbecue set, buddy.
If you are going to go and have yourself a steak of the weekend, what you need is a top-notch barbecue set. You don't need that ghetto shit you pick up at the grocery store that's worth $1.50. You want something good. Good long tongs with the grippy fucking tips on the end. You want a good fork that you can pierce it, flip it. You You want a good barbecue baser so you can actually baste your shit without fucking shit going wrong and becoming floppy and part of it gets seasoned, not all of it. You want some good knives that you can cut your steak so it cuts smooth and clean without tearing it apart. You need some barbecue skewers so you can rotate those little cubes of badass fucking meat.
It just goes on and on.
Yeah, it's an awesome set.
What do you think a set like that might be worth, Gord?
I believe the Russians have fucking valued this thing up at $1.5 million.
One. I love
Whole
that.
thing.
You're not going to believe it, but this is over $500 value. These steak knives are ridiculous. The complete barbecue set, everything you need to have a great May long weekend. We're having a draw May 17th, and it could be yours. All you have to do, listen to the show, write a little review of the show. It doesn't even have to be a good review. Say you fucking hate it, I don't care. Send that in. Now, you can go to podchaser.com and write a review right there on their website, or you can send me an email, ericandgord@outlook.com. Every new review is a new entry in the draw. You want to send 100 reviews? You're entered 100 times. We have had one entry so far, so your chances of winning are looking pretty damn good. Just send us an email. Or you can go to our website, ericandgord.simdiff.com. The complete contest instructions and rules and everything is on our website, along with a picture of the set you're about to win. You can leave a review there as well. And I did say last week, we will expand it. If you want to write a review on Facebook or Twitter, I'll accept those as well. So real simple, you have to have everything in. The draw will be 11:59 p.m. on May 17th.
It's awesome. I can tell you from experience, this is a great set. This is really, really good.
So yeah, ericandgord.simdiff.com for complete contest details, and get those entries in. You just listen to a couple episodes. Listen to all the episodes if you want. We got our 100th episode coming up right away.
Yes, we do.
Stay tuned for that. It's going to be exciting. I don't know when I'm going to do that 100th episode celebration, but I'm going to start working on it right away.
Yeah, we got to get something good with that.
Where are we at? I don't know. Gord, the Hawaii guy, do we give a shit about this woman anymore? She's all over the news again, people saying, because she's finally being extradited to face criminal charges for what the spying this company is doing. On the other hand, this company is expanding the internet to parts of Canada that have never had it previously. Now, I'm really of the mindset, I know it's not a popular opinion, but I'm of the mindset that this company isn't doing anything worse than Facebook. Really, they're sharing information about us behind our backs that we agreed to let them share in the big, long-winded, stupid thing we agreed to without reading. Is this big of a story? Do we really is this company the new world evil?
You know, I never thought about the link between that and Facebook initially. I really didn't. I think the big issue with this one is that they're directly recording your conversation.
So is Google.
Directly recording. Yeah, but you have the option to turn off the Google one. You have the option to turn off these other options.
Oh, you have the option not to buy this company's phones.
Well, yeah, it's not a matter of their phones, though. It's their network.
Don't use their network.
Well, that's the problem, though. If they're the ones that are behind if they're the ones that are setting this whole thing up, that means that every single supplier that's running it, doesn't matter if you're running through fucking TELUS, Bell, whoever the fuck is out there, they're all going to be running through this company's network. And all that stuff is taken from all these individual companies, and they're taking it, using it to their own nefarious reasons overseas.
Do we know that TELUS isn't?
As far as we know, yes.
As far as we know.
Well, yeah, no. I mean, can you be sure of it? No. I go under the assumption every time my phone is out or near me, as long as it's within earshot, I'm assuming it's all being recorded anyway.
Well, yeah, that's a safe assumption. And if you don't want to be recorded, it's real simple. Don't go on the internet. Turn your phone on a half-due basis, and and stay away from it if you don't absolutely need it, and you're fine. Put a little piece of tape over your webcam. I have a little piece of tape over mine. I don't care much because, as I said, I want to be recorded. I like being the center of attention. I wish more people were looking at me. It's true. So I welcome it. I know I'm a freak, but the rest of you, all you have to do, number one, what you really could do, but no one ever will, is start reading what you're agreeing to when you click agree. At the beginning of your day, when it says, do you agree or disagree to the terms and conditions? No one in the history of the internet has ever read one of those. And they're purposely made long and wordy like that, so to discourage you from reading them.
Yeah, because nobody wants to bother.
I'm sure if you look somewhere in the middle, it says, holy shit, I can't believe you fucking read this thing. Way to go. Don't agree to this.
I know that for the longest time, I wouldn't download Facebook Messenger on my phone for the longest time.
Yeah.
Because in the agreement, it actually says, I actually read the agreement for that one, because it actually comes up under your thing. It says, here's what they want to do. It actually states that they are going to record your phone conversations.
Now, see, I didn't have, as you know very well, I've avoided Facebook Messenger forever because of that. But I did discover one that's, it's called Messenger Lite. I don't know if it's directly affiliated with Facebook or not, but it does. It's the exact same thing, but it doesn't do that. That's why you've seen me the last couple of months. I've been surprisingly present because I've got this Facebook Lite thing. That's number one, it's a way smaller app, and number two, it doesn't do all the nefarious things. Because when I put Messenger on initially, it took over my regular text messages and all kinds of weird shit that I didn't know I had approved it to do.
Well, here's the thing. Again, the big difference is although it's not easy to do, but you can control all that. When I first put Messenger on my phone, it did the same thing. It wanted to replace me using all my text. I shut that part of it off. You can do that. You have the option to do that. You just got to go in and look through it and find it.
Right.
Type it on Google. How do I separate Facebook from the rest of my phone? And all the options are up there. You can easily find them. Explains how to do it on every phone. It's relatively simple.
Oh, let's be honest. I'm not going to do any of that.
Yeah, I did it just because I don't want all my text through fucking Messenger.
Right, yeah, of course.
Because if you're running it through Messenger, that means you got to use up your data when you're not around.
That's right. That's another one of the reasons I didn't have them. But hey, I'm not going to do any of it. That's the problem. Is I'm not going to do that. You know that. Everybody. I'm not going to go to all that effort. You see, look where I've gotten to at 40 years of life. Not really putting in the effort. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, but you're also not the one bitching about it, though, and that's the difference.
True.
If you're going to whine and bitch and complain about these things, it's the same thing with the pipeline. You're not whining and bitching about oil consumption in the pipeline and all that stuff. Therefore, you are having to use up whatever it takes that makes petroleum product.
Well, I'm too much of a realist to join the freaks. It's the reality. If people could just shut up for a minute and look at the reality of the situation. Number one, it's not that bleak. We're gonna be okay. We've been through worse. And number two, it's not changing. Just fucking get used to it and stop giving yourself ulcers about it. You can't change it. And just be happy. Just fucking live your life. Let everybody else live theirs. Be happy with what you got. Why do we all have to be miserable all the time? Hashtag easiest thing in the world, right?
That's right. It's just that easy.
I just think it would be, everyone needs to calm the fuck down. Really, at the end of the day, it's that simple. Calm down, be nice to each other. That's the hashtag easiest thing in the world, and I still want you guys to give me examples of you being nice to each other. Send them in. We'll send you. We've got prizes to give away, and it's literally the easiest thing in the world. All you have to do is go about your day as you normally would. Don't change anything about your routine, but just try to be nice to everybody you run into. You'd be amazed. It's super contagious. I've done it on fucking East Hastings, and it catches on, and it works, and it's literally the easiest thing in the world. You could change your whole day just by being nice. If somebody offends you in some way, so what? You know what happens when you get offended? Nothing. Nothing happens.
Nothing.
So what's the big fucking deal? Move on. Go on with your life.
Yeah. can't even attempt to even argue any of that because it's so fucking true.
Send us an email, Eric and Gord at outlook.com. Let us know how this is working out for you or what you're doing to contribute to that easiest thing in the world movement. And we'll send you some great gifts. Gord has some amazing things to give away this spring. We're gonna give away. Someone's gonna get an amazing present, and all you have to do is look for our GoFundMe campaign right now. We've got a very small GoFundMe campaign going, looking to raise about $2,500 by June. Literally, if everyone listens to the show sends in 50 cents, we're there today. 50. If you could scrape together 5 pop cans for me, I'm gonna hitchhike out to Toronto and live my dream. Yeah, that's right. My neighbor just says beer cans. That is, you know. Sorry, guys. It's got to be 10 pop cans. yeah, the good stuff we got to give you. All of a sudden, look, who's this guy asking for the good cans? Fuck. Who the hell does he think he is? 5 cans. So we're looking for about $2,500. I am going to Toronto to meet the cast of Degrassi. It's a once-in-a-lifetime chance. It's a dream come true of mine. And I have to get out there and see these guys. And then Gord and I are going to go on. We're going to drive to New York City and meet the Anchor people and do a podcast right from the Anchor.fm podcasting studio in Times Square. Coolest road trip of my life. This is going to be amazing. I'm documenting the whole thing on a special YouTube documentary, as well as I'll be doing episodes of What If We're Right every day and night while I'm on the road until I make it to Ontario, which I probably won't.
You fucking better. And for that record, here it is, everybody. As interesting and as fun as that whole thing and that idea is, and trust me, it'd make for great radio. If we actually got you guys to donate some fucking money and actually help pay for the trip, this podcast won't have to end.
Yeah.
If Eric gets fucked up, beyond if Eric gets foobarred on this fucking trip, I'm blaming all of you. If you guys have the ability to stop that from happening, all you got to do is just donate some fucking change.
Literally
Everybody's
just some
got
change.
an extra $20 in their account. You got an extra fucking bit of money. Just donate something.
And you
Send
will
the money
get,
in.
you'll get a great gift prize. Gordon was telling me last night about some prizes he has to give away that people are already losing their minds over. Because I kind of let the cat out of the bag at work today. We got some great giveaways. We've got, and they're just getting better and better. The bigger the show gets, the better the prizes get. You know how this works. Like I said, I'm not looking to get rich off this show. I just want us all to have a real good time while I'm around. And the more you help out with that, the more it comes back at you. So send in your support on Spotify. Oh, thanks, man. That's awesome. We just got our first donation, Gord.
Hey!
That's so cool. I'm putting it away, too. I'm not spending it. That's for the trip.
That's awesome.
There's our first 50 cents for the trip. That's so cool.
Hey, there it is.
I know.
Awesome.
I need $3,999 more of you to do that.
$29.99.50. We're on our way.
Hey, I never thought I would ever have 10 people listen to this show, let alone 4,000. So I'm already so grateful for what you guys have done for me. But this is literally the one thing. I don't have a bucket list. I don't believe in them. I find the whole concept kind of morbid. But if I had to have a bucket list, this would be the one thing on it. The only thing on it is this June 14th trip to Toronto. And it's my birthday. How freaking cool is that? And we will, fans of Degrassi, I am already starting arrangements to try and get an interview with Joey Jeremiah. Now, I think there's a... Gord, what were you saying? There's a cost associated with that, or we just have to ask way in advance?
No, there is going to be a cost for it. There wasn't a price listing for it on the site yet as for what that cost is, but they did indicate that it's not going to be huge.
I have reached out to him over Twitter to ask him for the details, and I'll try to get as much of the cast as I can to be on the show with us. They're all cool cats. I'm sure they'll spend 5 minutes with me, especially Caitlin, ideally, in a perfect world. That woman just gets hotter. I don't understand it. Like, I've had a crush on her since I'm 9 years old, but she year after year, she gets hotter and hotter. I don't know how she does it.
Well, maybe she's He's got some of that really good facial clean. Who knows?
I don't know, but Kristen. Oh my God, I forgot. Stacy Mistison. Sorry, Stacy. You're so hot, I forgot your name.
That's a compliment, by the way.
And this is her reaction when I get there.
How about new?
How about new? I'm so glad I can hear these now.
How about new?
And the rest of the cast, this will be them. Oh, shit. Sorry.
Run! Fucking run!
Eric and,
Oh, that's great.
Eric and Gord are coming to Toronto.
Run! Fucking run!
That will be the reaction from a lot of people for this.
I can't wait. What else do we have? Jesus, we crammed a lot into a very short period of time here.
Do you want to talk about some of the other prizes that are going to be coming up as available later? Or?
I didn't know if you wanted to. If you do, yeah, let's. Because I already let the cat out of the bag, so we might as well keep going. Because the playing cards are a big hit.
So we have a bunch of gold playing cards, and they come in a beautiful little wooden box. It's all red felt lined. They're gorgeous. They're really. I'm stoked that I fucking own one because fuck you guys and keep one of them myself.
These are actually gold. Like
Actually gold.
These aren't gold colored cards. These are real gold.
Yeah. So we're gonna be. We got those that'll be given away.
How much of a pimp do you look like showing up at your buddy's poker game with a gold deck of cards? That's like James Bond shit, man.
Yeah, I'll let you know when I do it because I will be doing that.
That is way too cool. So we got a few of those to give away.
I got a bunch of those. I have also come across a carving set with a carving fork and a carving knife, and another set of steak knives. That will be done as another gift pack. I got to send those together. It just makes sense.
Yeah.
Because it's a full matching set. So I have another set of 4 steak knives and a carving set. So I got that to go out. There's something else too.
So I think anyone who wants to make a donation, just go to GoFundMe and find Gord. I think Gord put a link up somewhere. We'll be sure to do that. But I think this could be a gift for a donation. For a significant.
Yeah, absolutely.
And if you want, we'll absolutely give you a shout out on the show. Talk about how great you are for the rest of the year. Anything you want us to do that we can do over the radio for you. If you got a business you want us to advertise or something like that for a donation, we're happy to do it for you.
Damn right we will, and we'll do a great job of it. I'll probably rephrase this. Eric's going to do a better job than I will. I'm just going to be a dick about it.
And the flip side of that is, if you don't want to be mentioned on the show, please be sure to specify in your email that you don't want us to say your name or whatever. Because if you don't specify, I will. I'll talk about you a lot. So.
Yeah. We're just going to.
Yeah, exactly. Sorry, I hit a button. Now we got a song playing. I haven't done this Spreaker thing yet, with or without you. This is all new to me, so I'm just learning the ropes.
Well, I'm just excited to be a part of this entire thing.
It's very, very cool. I tell you what, though, I got to get a little bit prepared here. Gord, do you want to sit back and let us play a song that I usually insert after you're done for the night?
Yes, that would be fine.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to switch to a quick song here. This is the premier band from the Vancouver independent record label Sealed Juvenile Records. This is a brand new, never before heard song. I think I haven't played it yet. This is Ashes of Purgatory's new single. This is called Hyperdrive. And it's not playing, of course. Hyperdrive by Ashes of Purgatory.
I fucking like it.
Thank you. So on the album that's coming out last June.
Maybe they'll come out with the 100th episode.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's a fun song. I'm proud of that one, and I know it sounds kind of lame to sit and talk about your own band that much, but
I don't give a shit!
What do you mean? Pardon me, that's exactly what you do is promote your own fucking band. The whole point of having a band.
That's from the album called Awaken. I know it got delayed, but I think anyone who follows the show will understand why. It's kind of hard to run a recording studio and a record label and the entire Champion Tree Entertainment Company out of a backpack. That wasn't a real easy year for me, but things are looking up and big things happening with this little company. The Champion Tree Entertainment Company was something I came up with when I was 14 years old, and I've always wanted to try it, and right now is a time when I got nothing to lose, so why not? But it's good things are happening by the looks of it, and I can't thank you guys enough for the support you're giving me, and it will all come back threefold once this little company gets going. I think by this summer we should have some legs and be starting to run. So if
just so everybody knows, as much as Eric and I talk shit and we talk about the things we talk about, one of the cool things about Eric and I is that we are both we're givers. If we have like wealth of some sort, we like to share it. We will give you the shirt off of our back. We will do this for our listeners. We will do everything we can for you guys. This is what we do. We got into this not just to spout off shit to be able to talk, but because we love to hear. We're both very egotistical at the fact we love our voices, but we're there for you guys. We want to be able to be that group, that team that really gives away great shit on a regular basis for you guys. That's why we're here. So the more of you get, the more reviews we get, the more you guys talk about us and put us out there, the better the rewards are for you guys.
It is real simple. Give us a star rating. Whatever you happen to be listening to us on, be it Anchor.fm, our host company, or Spreaker.com, or Castbox, Spotify. Definitely Spotify. If you're listening, just click the star. There's 5 stars there. Click the one you think we deserve. And just a rating goes a long, long way to these people. So it's all you do is click on a star while you're sitting there listening to us, and that could change people's lives, including your own. It's that simple. And the show is, of course, brought to you by the Champion Tree Entertainment Company, because the only things in life that are impossible are the things you don't try.
I love that line so much.
Yeah, me too. I live by it, and it's got me to where I am so far. But again,
I don't give a shit!
I think we pretty much covered it.
Yeah, we hit quite a bit tonight, so we did good.
And we're under an hour, believe it or not.
Yeah. Can we stretch it? Do we have anything else we can talk about for the next 5 minutes just to beat that hour mark?
No, the song was pretty much filler for me.
I don't know. I have no idea. I have no.
Well, that's kind of cool. I think it's good that we tighten it up every once in a while. I could say it real quick, guys. I am trying to debut a second podcast. I'm not sure when. I'm thinking this weekend, but not 100% sure. One thing I do want to announce is we now have the capability to broadcast live. That means we can take calls on the air live. I can chat over the internet with you. We're all set up to do this now, so it's not something I'm going to plan on for a regular basis just because of the way our schedule is set up. It's not feasible. But if there's a special event or something, we will start absolutely. Or if you guys have a reason, write in Eric and Gord at Outlook.com, and we will broadcast live. We'll have you on the show, whatever you want. We're set up to do that now, and I think that's going to be really fun. I tried it once back when it was just me by myself, and it was nerve-wracking because you can't pause. You're just live. And I used to back then, I would pause a lot and go have a smoke and think about what I was going to say, because it was tough for me to fill 20 minutes on my own. So these hour-long shows are really cool. But yeah, we go live, and it is what it is, and it's a lot of fun, and we can do that. I always promised that if I got to 5,000 listeners, I would make a YouTube show for us. I thought that was safe. But we just crossed 4,200.
Yeah, we're pretty much we're 6 feet with that one.
So again, I think I have the capability now to live stream. So I think that's what I'll do on the special occasions when it's called for. I'll do a live streaming YouTube version, and we'll still have the podcast, but we'll also have the simulcast on YouTube, which is really cool, and it's a fun word to say, so I wanted to work it in there, so I'm going to simulcast.
That's cool.
So yeah, we're already getting bigger and better, and that everyone knows if you see the way I live my life, this is what comes first. So keep helping us out. Jesus, when did this turn into PBS begging for money? I'm going to stop right now. I'm going to leave it alone. Gord, you can keep talking if you want. I'm going to be back in roughly 23 hours to do this again, with or without Gord. Until then, guys, take care of each other.
Fuck anti-vaxxers and give us a vote, guys. Come on, help us out.
And I can play us out with a song.
Yeah, you can.
Let's see here. I started with Thunder, didn't I? So this is Side. This is another band. Very good friends of Ashes of Purgatory. This is Rocky Fortune and the Rich Tones. This is a big single from last year. This is called Side. And, if you want to hear that song, you can listen to it on the show. That was cool. I don't like the way it turned into a Rich Tones.
Every story starts the same way. I'll just do a little bit until Sunday. And now I don't even know who I am. Not that I ever really did. What's in your head? It's in your head. I'll make decisions.
Yeah, it's neat. You never got to hear. You don't hear the music. You don't get to hear any of that crap. And the cool thing is now it's turned off, right? Like the headphones are cut, so they can't hear us talking. The mics are cut. Like it really is set up like a radio station console.